perception. What is that perception? To take the admission. Now the parent perspective is different. What is the perspective of the parent? Parent would like to see if there's any discounts. And what is the workaround from the teacher side? To see that child is enrolled. Parent has one perception. The admission team has another perception. One person's perception is not seen by the other person's perceptions, other person. So please understand this. Everyone is residing in different states. Now they all have souls, which I can't see, but we can feel the presence. For example, when you're sleeping, you get a thought. You're actually not working there, but you get a thought that you're working somewhere else. You get a feeling that you're going here, you're going there. You're traveling from one state to other state. You're moving from one state to other state. What are all these things? These are all your experiences. You experience that experience in the dream, but you don't know that it is a dream. But you're really actually working on it. You're answering them also. Yes, this is right. This is right. You're telling in that you're sleeping. Your consciousness is working. You're telling. So that means there's a person, even though the body is idle, but your consciousness behind, which is running that body, is actually working. So when we understand these nuances, dear devotees, it clearly shows a clean pattern that the Lord has given us so much facility to really understand Him more on a deeper level. We don't see Krishna face to face, but through the words of the Acharyas, through the association of Vaishnavas. We are trying to perceive that person which we cannot see. I've seen devotees dedicating their lives, not that they have seen Krishna, but their experiences or their sharings or their conviction, their faith in the process is what pulling them into that state. That means every person in this world has so many experiences. Just like Arjuna has an experience, because he was the only person who was able to see that universal form. Not everyone else. Everyone else doesn't have that. Was Duryodhana able to see? No. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra? No. Was anyone else seeing it? No. That means he was given that. Now, what was the qualification for Arjuna to receive it? He's a devotee of the Lord. How was Prahlad Maharaj able to see the presence of the Lord at every moment? What was the reason for that? He's a devotee of the Lord. He was just following the words of the Acharyas. He didn't lift Govardhan Hill, or he didn't climb mountains, or he didn't by-hearted all the shlokas, or he studied all the scriptures. No. He was just a devotee. And Lord is immensely pleased with those devotees. The beauty of the Lord intensifies when he hears or he sees a devotee, how deep he has a relationship with his devotees. These are all wonders actually. Why these are all wonders, dear devotees? These are all wonders because they actually really connect us to our, they really connect us to our true identity. We are that only. We are nothing else. Actually, we do not have any business else in this world. Our only primary business is to connect to that. For that, you might work, you might be an engineer, you might be a doctor, you might be a teacher. Doesn't matter. No matter where we are, if our whole idea, whole goal, whole picture is this, then that is a beauty. That is the only solace in this world. Prabhupada is mentioning it in this purport. The soul is so fascinating, so interesting to think. But through the jivas, unnaturally natural engagement, that is not natural, but he seems that is natural. Engage himself in that sense gratification is the core obstruction. It is a core obstruction actually. Because there are so many fascinating things to understand in this world. These are all wonderful things to read about. Perceiving the presence of the Lord, understanding Him, knowing Him. These are all great. Because if you actually see, it's very minute. The soul is very minute, part and parcel of the Lord. But the same soul has been kept in the body of a huge living entity, elephant. Elephant is very huge, but it is being driven by the soul. That means the energy is carrying through the soul. You see the intensified energy levels with the different jivas, the different bodies. No, cat has one energy, rat has one energy, dog has one energy, elephant has another energy. Aquatics, they have another energy. Human beings, they have another energy. That means 8,400,000 species, the different energy levels. These different energy levels are all driven by same soul. Are all driven by what? They are driven by soul. Very powerful. Please understand, if you actually precisely think about it, the energy levels which are there in the elephant are not kept in the cat. Or the energy levels which are there in the cat, they are not kept in the elephant. Now, where is that energy carried? Through consciousness. Who is driving that? Soul. And who is the creator of that? Krishna. That means, see how precisely this has been orchestrated. The Lord has precisely orchestrated the energy levels of all these jivas in such a way that whatever energy levels has to be given, it is perfectly there only. It is not changed also. Please understand this. The levels of energy, they are not changed. And they are not misplaced also. We don't see the energy levels being changed from one state to the other state. Elephant's energy is there. Tiger's energy is there. Human being's energy is different. The way they eat is different. The way elephant eats is different. The way tiger eating is different. The way human beings eating is different. The way devotees eating is different. It's all different. Is this not fascinating? It is. Ascharyavat. Because we cannot perceive this. Some animals they give birth to 20 living entities. A human being can give only one or two or three at the max. Two is itself is rare. Three is even rare. But some living entities they give birth to 20 children. One strong, one stretch. It's unimaginable. Those 20 souls have to be driven through, those 20 living entities have to be driven through 20 different kinds of souls. 20 souls. The primary soul, and then there are secondary souls also. Because there are unlimited cells in the body. That unlimited cells also has unlimited souls. There's a primary soul, there's a secondary soul. So when we think about this, it's unimaginable. But everything is running through that primary soul. Whatever the primary soul is carrying, whatever consciousness is carrying, whatever karma bhandar she captured, whatever karmic reaction she captured in his previous life, all those things are calculated and then moved to the next body. You think they about it? This is an easy thing. This is an easy job to do. This is all these things are happening in the background. No idea, but these things are happening in the background. That means this is a very clear indication that how powerful this consciousness is, how powerful this mind is. Because through that subtle body, the mind intelligence falsely are carried from one state to the other state. Prabhupada is telling all these wonderful things are kept aside and then the jiva simply engages in sense gratification. That means the moment he does that, then he is kept in a different state. That means what is happening here, there are different states, there are different realms, there are different consciousness levels. Every consciousness level is perceived in a different way. Based on the jiva's desire, based on the jiva's usability, and what he wants to do, and how he wants to lead his life, all those things do matter. This is not something wonderful. It is. That where Popper is mentioning here, right? So very clearly, illusioned by the material energy, people are so engrossed in the subject matter for sense gratification that they have very little time to understand the question of self-understanding. Even though it is a fact that without this self-understanding, all activities result in ultimate defeat in the struggle for existence. Why? Just through illusion. Through illusion, Jiva is thinking that I will get happiness through that. So he will forget to understand what he is, and then he'll try to engage in the other activities, heinous activities. And through that heinous activities, what is he doing? He's taking association of that. Dehayato Vishya Pamsa. Sangha Steju Bhajayate. That means the Jiva is forgetting his identity, he's going there, and then he's engaged in that. And then the moment he engaged in that, what is happening? problem after problem. What kind of problems? It's good now. He's getting some happiness through that. What is the problem of doing sense gratification? This 1 second. Hare Krishna. Just please give me one moment. I have to change my laptop. Please give me 1 second. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Okay. So the jiva, the moment the jiva is engaged in that, what is happening is he's forgetting his natural identity. Now, the moment he forgets his natural identity, what is happening? He's engaged in other activity. Now, when you begin to think about this, the devotees, when we think about this, now what is the problem in engaging in those activities? Why our acharyas do not recommend? Why Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here that through the state of illusion, Jiva is engaged in sense gratification through which he forgets his natural source. Why that is happening continuously? Why the Jiva is so much absorbed in that? The Jiva is so much absorbed in that, but is it helping him in any way? Actually, it is not. Actually, it is not helping the Jiva. Why? Because is the moment he begins engaging in that, he's associated or he's connected to that. Now, through that connection, what is happening? Attachment. Through that attachment, what is happening? His continuous thought process is towards that. Not that he engages and then he forgets it. No. Because wherever we are engaging, our consciousness is invested in that. Please understand this. If you are engaged fully in Krishna conscious, if you are engaged fully at the level of the soul, the level of what our acharyas are telling, to please them, to serve them, if our attitude is that, then unnecessarily we will we will not engage in other activities because we have higher activities to do. Because the jiva is being kept in such a state, through that state, jiva is continuously engaged in that higher realm. He's not engaged in the lower consciousness. Please understand this. He's engaged in the higher realm. Now, through that engagement, what is happening? His consciousness is changed.
Because the moment he sees sense gratification, he understands this is not my business. This is what is, this is becoming free from illusion. Again, this is being driven through consciousness only. Again, this is being driven through the right awareness. But he's done, but he's engaged in that state only. Because he understands that this is not helping me. Just like Srila Prabhupada, in his life, no matter how many difficulties do come, he never left this process. Because he always wanted to give. He always wanted to share. That this is what we need to do, this is how we need to pursue. This is the right way, this is the right mode. This is the right consciousness in which we need to establish oneself. It's continuously engaged. Because he's always remembering the words of his spiritual master. The bell is ringing continuously. That means when the bell is ringing continuously in the consciousness, there is no question of doing other things. Illusion is too far. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning here. The jiva goes into the state of illusion because the jiva's absorption or the jiva's mentality is to lord over this material nature. He wants to enjoy this material nature. Even though he understands, he doesn't understand this. Even though he understands that he's not this, but still he engages in this. That means what is the problem here? Even though the jiva understands that he is not this body but a powerful spirit soul, but still he engages in the bodily plane. He understands, but still he takes that association. That means what is that kind of understanding? That means a person is understanding, but he's trying to, he thinks that he understands, but still he is engaged in that. Just like everyone knows to chant Hare Krishna, but to get up early in the morning every day and then to chant one round is difficult. It's not easy. That means he's not understanding. He thinks that this is right, but somehow he's unable to do it. That means either he's not getting the taste or he's not developing that kind of consciousness to avail that taste. He's not developing that spirit which Acharyas wanted us to cultivate. This is also part of Ascharya. What is real Ascharya? Ascharya means Ascharyavat. That means the soul is very small, but it is running the entire body. We are sitting here because of the presence of the soul. Because Lord has granted us. God has given us the opportunity. God has given us the time, energy, and situation to use all of this in His service. That means what is happening, irrespective of our situation, irrespective of our position, time, place, Lord is giving us a chance. That means we might be so many things. We might be doing so many things. But what are we? His part and parcel. That means no matter where we are engaged in ourselves, Jiva eventually has to come here. There's no other option. Please understand this. Jiva definitely has to come here. He doesn't have any other option. He has to come here. Because we need to understand here what is. No matter where we are, what we do, we are all part and parcel of the Lord. We cannot say that, oh, I'm from South India, or I'm from North India, or I'm from this part of India and that part of India, or I'm from Germany, or I'm from Egypt, or I'm from America. Doesn't no, that doesn't have anything to do with what which we are. Because in this life you were born there. We don't know what were we in the previous life. We don't know what we'll be in the next life. That means, do we have any certainty here? No, we do not have any certainty here. Everything is what? It's all uncertain. Just like a jail, if a person is in the jail, his independence is restricted. Can he roam around wherever he wants to go? For example, now, let's say you want to go for a walk in your community. You'll just wear your shoes, you'll just go for a walk. You don't have to do anything for that. Because you've been given that independence. That means the jiva, the soul, has been given that facility. But if that independence is misused, same facility, if that independence is misused, then what happens? Then the independence is restricted. Because what did we do? We misuse our independence. The same jiva, the same soul, if the soul was not misusing, if that soul was not misusing that independence, if that soul was not misusing the independence, then he wouldn't have been restricted. Please understand, this is very important. But when the jiva is misusing the independence, that is when he is restricted. Because he is misusing the independence. Through that misuse of independence only, the jiva is being kept in a reformatory place called as a jail. Even if he wants to go for a walk, he cannot go for a walk now. The soul is there also. The soul was there earlier also. But earlier the soul misused it. That's why through that misused opportunity, the soul is being kept in this particular state. Now, who has to repent for that? The same jiva who has misused it. Let's say the jiva did not misuse it, then his independence is opened up. Just like a child, if the child has been given an independence, then if he is using that independence correctly, then the parents will give further independence. But they'll continue the independence on the same level. They will not restrict. That means the jiva, the atma is so much potent. It's a powerful repository. That means when we use our independence to please the spiritual master, to please our acharyas, to please Krishna. So what is happening is, slowly but eventually, through the continuous process, what is happening is, our independence is not restricted. Please take this into consideration, because this is a very important aspect. Why our independence is not restricted is because we are rightly using our independence. But if the independence is not rightly used, this is where the problem is happening. That means what is happening is the soul will actually forget its natural state because its independence is taken away. Dear devotees, please think about this. If our body, mind, forget about the mind is not that easy to be happy. Let's say our body is good. That means it's in a good state. If in this good state, if the practice to Krishna consciousness is not rightly done, then how can we expect that the practice of Krishna consciousness is done when the health is not bad, when the health is bad? That means if when the independence is given, If the practice is not taken as per the words of the Acharyas, then what is the expectation that we will take the practice when we have ill health? It becomes difficult. It is. That means when our independence is misused, then where is the scope of practicing? Please understand. That means our independence is misused itself is an indication that we don't want to take this process fully to the core of the art. That itself is an indication. That thought to enjoy separation of the Lord is itself an indication that the Jiva wants to enjoy independent of the Lord. Even though the Jiva wants to enjoy independent of the Lord, still the Lord is giving facilities. But those facilities will be taken because the independence is misused. When the independence is misused, the Jiva is restricted. Through that restricted state only, the Jiva is sent into another living entity. Because once this body is done, once the time in this particular body is done, the Jiva is being sent to another body. This is another Ascharya. That means the father of this Jiva, Krishna, who is maintaining every living entity, including us, that father give the facility to the material nature and who will orchestrate our move from one source to the other source. That means from A to B, from this body to another body. Because we misuse the independence. That means in this body, if the practice of science of Krishna consciousness is not fully done, or it's not been given importance, then the Jiva has been kept in that particular state where he will not get an opportunity to practice because that is what his desire is. That means as per the desire, the manifestation comes. Is there a fault? Is there any flaw in this? No, it is not. It is absolutely it is absolutely fine. Just like the Jiva who has the independence, but he's misusing it. When he begins to misuse the independence, what is happening? He's been sent to other living entities. He's already in a jail. Material world means a jail. He's changing into different bodies. That means he's changing the jail, one jail to other, one jail to other, another jail to another location. Within the jail, only different locations. Because what is happening is the Jiva doesn't want to come out of this. Doesn't want to cultivate that. Through that aspiration, what is happening? He's forgetting the natural state that he's a powerful spirit soul. And then misusing the independence and then going somewhere else. That means the Jiva is forgetting. The Jiva is thinking that I'm this body. He's thinking that I'm this. When he sees others also, he sees through that body only. Because that's what he can see through the gross senses. He's not seeing the presence of the soul. The Prabhupada says that this is a cataract disease. This is a disease. No, this disease is a serious disease. It's not a good disease. It's a bad disease. Very important. So we need to understand this. We need to know this more. Why, dear devotees? Because if I don't know this, then what I'll know? I'll know the unwanted things of this world. Is that helping me? All those unwanted things of this world? Now, what is so and so president? what he's doing today, how is that helping me? What so-and-so Prime Minister is doing, how is it helping me? Is it helping my soul? I don't think so. Because you are eternal, just like he is eternal. We are also eternal. Every jiva is eternal. This is a continuous cycle. One has to think about this. None of the school will teach this. So only the school of Srila Prabhupada. His words, his instructions, his followers, through them we can understand this. There's no other way. No other way to realize this beautiful science. This has to be given to us as a gift. This has to be gifted to us. That is the only way to understand. We eat Krishna Prasad today, we ate yesterday, we'll be eating tomorrow. Why? Why are we doing all of these things? To become fully Krishna conscious. Anything which we do in our life, the only goal and aspiration is to become fully Krishna conscious. That is our whole agenda. There is no other agenda in our life. Now, with this mode, with this state, with this consciousness, just like Arjuna, he had no other way, just to hear from Krishna and then apply in his life. We should come to that particular state. One shouldn't see any other solution other than this Krishna consciousness. That's why Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kashyati Yatari Siddhai. Yatatam api siddhanam Kashyin Mam Vriti Tattvataha. It's very rare. Out of millions of people, one will get an opportunity to understand Krishna consciousness. Out of thousands of those, one will realize who is Krishna. That's important. So Krishna, he himself is telling, this is a very rare process. That's why he is telling, this is very ascharya. Some look on his soul as amazing. Some describe him as amazing. It's amazing. Some hear of him as amazing. While others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. This is another amazing. It means, even after hearing about him, knowing about him, still we cannot understand. That means, to understand all of this science, one requires special mercy. Our sadhana, our reading, our hearing, our services, it's all for that, invoking for that mercy. Please give some mercy. It's invoking for that. Because through mercy only one can understand this science. This is not some kind of material science where we will understand, where we will read for a few days and then we will understand. So it's a very deep spiritual science, which is understood through mercy. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. There's another assignment. Thank you. Anyone quickly want to add anything? Few minutes. We'll continue our discussion from this sloka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful class. Prabhuji, I never heard about the every cell in the soul, in the body having a soul. Because what I've heard is like the soul is present in the heart, and then there are millions of microorganisms in the body. They all have a soul, but every cell in the body having a secondary soul. Is that is there a reference for that? Because and I know that I also heard when we eat grains, we get souls that are coming in, and then in the human body, in the reproductive liquid, the semen, the souls are all, each sperm has a soul, so it's transferred. But every cell in the body having a secondary soul, is there?
Secondary soul in the sense, I mean, they all have soul. that itself is secondary. Secondary in the sense, primary soul is the soul which is sitting in the heart. That's the first soul which actually entered into one's body. And all the other souls are called as secondary. That's how to differentiate. It's not like there's like secondary soul or primary soul. They're all souls. But through that primary soul, which is sitting in the heart, through that energy is driven. All the other souls, andantarastu paramanu chayantarastam, govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajam. It means every anda and every atom, the Lord is present. It means as a soul, as a super soul.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, Shiroda Kashaya Vishnu is present in every atom, otherwise it won't move. Electrons moving around protons, everything is the Lord's energy.
Correct.
But Jiva, is it present in every atom or cell?
Soul means Jiva only, right?
Super soul, right? Is
I'm not talking about super soul. I'm talking about soul. Soul is present. When soul is present, super soul is also present. Let's say there are million atoms in this body. That means there are million souls in this body. In this particular body, along with the primary soul, which is actually there. Just like in the sperm, when the sperm comes from father's body to mother's body, there are millions of souls. But only one soul will enter into mother's womb. And that soul will stay until we leave the body. But all the other souls which are coming and going, they come and go. That means based on their tenure, how much time the cell will live. That much amount of time they will stay, and then afterwards they will leave. Go to the next destination. It's all very dynamically happening in the body. There are unlimited souls in the body. It's amazing actually. Cannot understand. That's what Brahma Samhita is telling. So every jiva, that means in our body, we don't have just only one soul, unlimited souls. But that one soul which is there, that is actually driving everything.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So the other souls in every cell, they have like
Based on their
very
tenure,
low.
they'll stay.
Hmm.
They have very low consciousness. Yes. That means whatever consciousness is required for that particular soul, that particular atom to work. That means ahara nidra bhayamedanam cha. Birth, death, old age, disease, whatever has to happen for that particular atom, it will do that, and then it will finish that business, go to the next state. But this jiva who first entered into the mother's womb, it will stay until we leave this body. That moment she leaves the body, all the other, that means just see how much engineering work is happening in the background. That means the moment this soul leaves, then every other soul will wind up, whatever souls are there, they'll wind up, and then because this body will not be useful anymore after that. And then it will stop functioning. And then this soul who actually entered, which is driving all the consciousness, that means all Krishna consciousness which we are doing, is actually driven through that subtle body, the mind, intelligence, and false ego. And that soul which is carrying all the consciousness, it will carry all that consciousness to its next destination. We'll discuss more on this.
Yes, Prabhuji. And all the non-living entities like a rock, every
Rock
atom
also has rock also has jiva, but the consciousness is avruta. That means very, very limited. Just like a tree is a living entity. A rock, it has a life, but the consciousness is very dull. It's very limited. Very, very limited. Avruta consciousness. That means very limited consciousness. No, that's due to that reason they say non-living. Practically, it doesn't move, right? It doesn't have any consciousness. But that also has atoms in it. Wherever you touch, anything you touch, you have atoms.
Yes, Prabhuji. So every atom has Shiroda Kashai Vishnu, but you're saying every
Exactly.
atom has a jiva also in a non-living
Yes,
entity.
without jiva, how it will stay? There's soul also in that. There's soul. Wherever you go, there is soul. Just like in the hand, there is no soul. It is. And likewise, we have souls in the atoms also. There's jiva everywhere.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you. I just like to add one more question to this. I know you're running out of time. So, Prabhuji, I just want to understand our indriyas which are there. They are also performing according to the different souls away from getting from the jiva soul.
No, the Indriya, they're working through the primary soul only. The main, which is we. Who are we? That soul which we're talking about. Tehinosmin yata dehe. The Indriya, the mind, intelligence, all of those things are working through that soul, which actually first entered into this particular body. And this soul will actually drive everyone else. That means everyone is being given their own business. If you see, this entire body is being driven. Liver has one business, kidneys have one business, heart has one business, atoms they have one business, blood they have one business. Everyone is doing their job. The only thing is the jiva has to do his own job. Then that is where the perfection. And the jiva does his job. What is his job? Jiva Sarupa Krishna Nityadas. He should just do that. He should use his senses for that person's pleasure. Then it makes sense. There's so many living entities. But what is our primary goal? We need to understand that, and we should just do that. Because they are doing their job. Don't you think that the atoms which are there in our body, they are doing their job? They are doing their job. Let's say there is a virus in the body. They will say that all the atoms they come together. They have a meeting, they all come together, and then they see that this virus is sent out. Until that point of time, they will not do anything else. They'll stop all their business and then they will see that this virus is sent out. Now, who's training now? The Lord who's sitting in their heart. The Lord is guiding. The Lord is governing. The Lord is a governing factor for them. He's taking care of everyone. That means even a small virus has to be sent out. The body is reacting. For that, it will increase the temperature. But the body, you get the fever. Then it will naturally cure. So many things are happening in the background. We don't know which. But they're all working. The plant has consciousness. The plant has life. She's also working. Otherwise, how will she give fruits, this, that? Just we give water and then she does everything in the background. She takes carbon dioxide, gives oxygen. That means every living entity has its service. We should understand our service and then move forward.
Yeah, so Prabhuji, as per my understanding, I know it's like different till now. So as per my understanding, I'm saying that understanding is the different organs which are working. They
Amma,
have the
Hare
different
Krishna, I
soul.
have to, I have a different,
Okay,
I have a
okay.
service
Sorry,
right now.
we'll continue
We'll
later,
try to
Prabhuji.
discuss.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for the wonderful class. Now we can sing a bhajan we didn't sing earlier to worship Lord Purushottam on the last couple days of Purushottam month. Yes, this bhajan is in Hindi. It's a traditional bhajan. Vamshidhari Krishna Murari Tum vina dukh hari. Vamshidhari Krishna Murari Tum vina dukh hari. कृपा करो नाथ मैं हूँ माना, कृपा करो नाथ मैं हूँ माना, राखो लाज हमारी प्रभु, राखो लाज हमारी। वंशीधारी कृष्ण मुरारी तुम बिना दुख हारी। कृपा करो नाथ मैं हूँ माना, कृपा करो नाथ मैं हूँ माना, राखो लाज हमारी प्रभु, राखो लाज हमारी। अभय चरणा करत स्मरणा जप नाम तेरे। अभय चरणा करत स्मरणा जप नाम तेरे। आप मुझे ही स्वामी भाजा, आप मुझे ही स्वामी भाजा, आप गिरिधारी प्रभु, आप गिरिधारी। वंशीधारी कृष्ण मुरारी तुम बिना दुख हारी। वंशीधारी कृष्ण मुरारी तुम बिना दुख हारी। कृपा करो नाथ मैं हूँ माना, कृपा करो नाथ मैं हूँ माना, राखो लाज हमारी प्रभु, राखो लाज हमारी। Hare Krishna. Translation. O beholder of the flute, Vamshidhari, O Krishna Murari, without you all is mercy. O remover of my distress, please be merciful to me, O Lord, and protect my modesty. Kindly cause me to remember your feet that bestows fearlessness and allow me to chant your holy name. You are my master. I worship you, O Giridhari. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share this bhajan that surrenders ourselves completely to Krishna on this very auspicious month of Purushottam, the second last day. So let's take this weekend very seriously to intensify our spiritual activities. Hare Krishna. Now we can conclude the call with Premdani prayers. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रविजाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शताब्दी चरणारविंद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON DBT फाउंडर आचार्य श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रविजाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनेक कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। पुरुषोत्तम मास की Jai.
Jai.
Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai.
Jai.
Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bo.
Hari Bo.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
All glories to
Krishna.
assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories,
Hare
all
Krishna.
glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnapadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Mande Shri Kurum Dinataranam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarupascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, have an amazing Krishna conscious Saturday. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bo. Kanchi Vilas
All
Prabhuji
devotees
ki
ki jai.
jai.
Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna
Ila
Prabhuji.
Govinda Das Prabhuji ki
Prabhuji.
jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vasudhi Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
so Prabhuji, Purushottam Mass ending on 15th June, right? June 15th, no?
Let me check because in the Gaudiya calendar in the US it shows, at least in my place, it shows Trivikramas on Monday on the 15th.
Oh, 15th.
So Sunday is end of Purushottam month.
Oh, Sunday.
You can check your local calendar also, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. I'll check the calendar. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dhanavad Pranam. Have an amazing Krishna conscious day. Srila
Thank
Prabhupada
you.
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Rame Pran Prabhuji ki jai. Vasudhi Mataji ki jai. All devotees ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.